ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first episode of Casting Call with Steve and Andy. Of course, this is a dual screens production. I am Steve. That is Andy. Andy, I'm excited for this. I'm very excited.
I like that. A dual screens production.
A dual screens production, ladies and gentlemen.
Sounds official.
As you can see, this is quite the production. This is our third seasonal content of the year. We've done Andy Explains It All. We did Dual Screens Versus, and now we are doing Cast and Call with Steve and Andy. And this is how this show is going to work, folks. We are going to be casting some of our favorite video games into movies, and we're also going to create plots, maybe move some things around if it entails that. But here's how we're going to do this, Andy. We are each going to propose an actor for a part, and then we're both going to decide who's going to play that part. We're going to have to make our cases, but we have to do this quickly. We're going to try and keep this at about a half an hour, folks.
Right, so let's get cracking.
We want to get cracking, folks. This show is going to post on the same channel as all of our other podcasts. So if you're listening or watching this only it's your first video or first podcast that you're hearing of us, we do other shows. We have the Dual Screens podcast as we're internet's number one indie developer interview show, probably, that posts on Thursdays, and on Monday is Dual Screens Gamescast. That is our news show where we go over all sorts of stuff. We want to thank our Patreon producers for making these seasonal shows and all of our shows possible. FNH Paul and Colton the Apprentice Nestler. And if you want to support us, you could do so at patreon.com/NDS podcast. And today's episode, the first episode, is all about Metal Gear Solid, Andy. Metal Gear Solid. This is an exciting one. This is
a good one to start out with.
Indeed. This is a favorite of both of us. You are much more intimate with the game than I am. I think I beat it twice in my life. Obviously, that was a long time ago. And so a lot of almost everything that I'm going to be coming up with is from memory. It's not from recently playing it. I think you have been playing it as of this week.
I was playing it last night until 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so I think we should get the title character out of the way first.
Oh God, we're going just right into it, aren't we?
We're going right into Solid Snake, and I'm curious to see who you think is the perfect Solid Snake for this movie.
Now, before I go into my pick, the issue here is you got to pick an actor who would complement the Liquid Snake. Yeah. It was quite looks-wise, physique-wise, it's quite a challenge. Yeah. So my pick,
not for me though.
Okay, sure, it's fine, totally fine. My pick was Christian Bale.
That is a very good pick, and I was leaning that way. But I'm going to tell you my pick, and I think I can make a case for this.
Go ahead.
Shia Labeouf.
Ooh.
Shia Labeouf is a powerful, very good actor. He's younger. He could do gritty. We know he could do action. We know he could bring levity and comedy, which Snake has plenty of. And he goes great with my liquid casting, which is Shia LaBeouf.
Oh God! I mean, I don't know about this at all.
Really? What don't you know about this?
I don't see him as a hardened, legendary with a reputation. Hardened military.
What was the name of that military movie that he did with that incredible cast? I can't remember.
Oh, was it Eagle Eye or some shit? Was that what it was?
No. That was the one. That was the one where he was running away from shit, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No. It was. Hold on. I should have had all this stuff up.
You should have now, but I just don't see him.
My God, that's because you only think of him as the Transformers or.
No, I don't. I see him as a guy doing weird art and chants in the street and losing his shit and going, "You can do it!"
Fury. It was. He was in Fury with Brad Pitt and all them. He's an incredible actor. He's done a lot of really.
I know he is. He's been in a lot of stuff. He has the chops. But I don't know, over Christian Bale.
See, here's the thing about Christian Bale. He's up there, man. He's approaching, his late. I think he's in his late 40s.
That's the thing. If we're doing a Metal Gear Solid, he's an established, military vet. He's a soldier at this point. He's not a green first mission type. He's seen war. He's seen some shit.
How old is he?
I would
clone years.
I would imagine
the accelerated.
Right.
Aging.
I would imagine he's like Snake is mid-30s by the time Metal Gear Solid rolls around.
Okay, here in Metal Gear Solid, he's 22 years old. No. I'm sorry. That's how old the game is. Okay, that was. Really dumb. I'm like Solid Snake age, Metal Gear Solid age. No, that's not what I asked. Okay,
that can't be. I would imagine 30s, mid to late 30s, because I think the kids were born in the 80s, 84. 80 something.
I'm looking it up. I'm on the fandom page.
If you're going by like Phantom Pain chronology, but I think Christian Bale, because one, he takes acting super seriously.
Sure.
He could get.
Oh,
jacked.
and Shia doesn't.
He could get jacked for a role, and he would sport that clean shaven look, and his face shape seems more Solid Snake than that narrow headed Shia LaBeouf. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see Snake from him. Get a bandana. It was not a good look.
So he was born in 1972.
Okay. Yeah. So he's
So
I would say
so what was it? 19. So Solid. What was the year that Solid takes place?
Yeah, I don't know.
He gets the Solid Snake. Yeah. Foxhound, post Foxhound, Zanzibar, 1999. 1999. So
let's say he's what, 30 or 40.
So we have the age. So it was 99. So he was 27 years old.
Okay.
No, 25 years old.
25 years old. That still sounds ridiculous.
Wait, no, math. 20.
That still
27,
sounds
27 years
ridiculous
old.
to me.
27 years old with the accelerated thing. He was born in 1972, and the post Foxhound stuff in Zanzibar and all that shit started in 1999.
Yeah, I can't see Shia LaBeouf. His face doesn't fit the role to me. I can't see him being Solid Snake.
I think that you might be dumb.
I think you might be dumber.
I think you might be a fool. Is what we're trying to say.
I think you might be dumber. I think you're a big dumb idiot.
I think he could carry the film in a way that Christian Bale could sandbag it.
First of all, Christian Bale he's played John Connor. He knows the action role. He can do it well.
Did he play John Connor?
Yeah, in Terminator.
Did you see the movie? Did you see the movie?
If the guy can play Batman, he can play fucking Solid Snake.
And everybody complained about Batman because of the voice. What's he gonna do for the Solid voice? What's he gonna do? He's gonna have a dumb Solid Snake voice.
I would prefer him over Shia LaBeouf.
Maybe you would.
Well, should we go to my pick for Liquid Snake?
Okay, sure.
Because I'm not casting. That's for sure.
Well, you should. You should cast the same guy.
I don't know what you're doing it on the cheap for. You have a budget. You can hire 2 actors for this.
I got plenty. I got my budget spread around, baby. I got plenty of big names in this bad boy.
So for Liquid Snake, I chose Nikolaj Coster-Waldau.
Okay.
And that is Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Because his face kind of looks like a Christian Bale, like just a similar bone structure.
Sure, bones.
And plus, he'd bring that awesome British sassiness to the part.
Sass. You need it.
Yeah. Of course you need it.
No, I get it.
Right.
I get it. I mean, I still think you're wrong, but I think you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna let the viewers decide. You guys cast it based on our casting. So let's move on.
Yeah.
I want to move on to Revolver Ocelot.
Ooh, I had 2 picks for this, and I'm so torn between both of them.
Do you want me to go with my pick first?
Yes, please.
You need an anchor. You need a trusted, well-polished, excellent actor, a name who could come up there and pull off something of character and of substance. And I am also torn between 2 names. But I'm going with Gary Oldman.
Ooh, that's one of my picks!
Well, there you go. My other pick was Liam Neeson.
Oh, you see, my other pick was Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis would be good, but Daniel Day-Lewis, I feel like there's not a chance in hell he would make this movie.
Right, but listen, this is our fantasy.
I get it. I get it.
He is making the movie.
So it's gonna be it's since we both had Gary Oldman on there.
Right.
I guess we're going Gary Oldman.
Girl, yeah. You have to.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
To.
Sure.
Yeah.
Campbell.
Ooh. One pick for this. It seemed ultra obvious.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston is a good choice, but I went diversity with my casting.
Oh, did you pick Samuel L. Jackson?
No, I picked Morgan Freeman. I picked an older gentleman.
Okay.
Who has a beautiful voice that you're going to hear all fucking movie.
Sure.
You're barely going to see him. And I feel like he would bring that narrator, that levity, not levity. That's not what I'm looking for. That tenor, the tenor of the role. He's very grandfather like. Very, he's got, but he's grizzled in certain ways. And I think that, of course, Shia LaBeouf and Morgan Freeman would have very good repartee, as it were. So yeah, I went with Morgan. I went with Morgan Freeman. He's a little older. He's a little older than you would think. But this Campbell does retire, I believe. Doesn't he? He's supposed to retire at the end of this game.
He's not really a colonel in this game. He's more like a figurehead because he's Snake's former commander. So it's like for familiarity's sake. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a good pick, but I'm just really stuck on Bryan Cranston. I see Roy Campbell. To
go with your Christian Bale casting, like you have the Morgan Freeman Christian Bale connection. Also, Morgan Freeman's a really good guy in a chair. Yeah. And that's kind of what Campbell was.
All right. I mean, I can see it. I see it more than Shia LaBeouf as Solid Snake. That's for sure.
Sure.
I'll give you that much.
I knew the Shia LaBeouf thing was going to be a hard sell on you, but I think our viewers are smarter than you, so I think they'll pick the right choice here. Meryl.
Yeah. Well, most people are smarter than I am, but that's not saying.
Let's go with let's do some of our ladies now. Let's get Meryl.
All right. Some lady action. Amber Heard.
I know the name. I might have to look at the face.
So I can send you a quick picture so you know what we're dealing with. Amber Heard. And let's see. I'll send you her Wikipedia page.
Oh, good. Yes, this is good. Amber Heard. I know the name. I know it.
I mean, she was in, she's, what's her face?
I can't do it that way. I have to do it through the other thing, but that's okay.
She's Johnny Depp's ex-wife.
Oh, that helps. Amber Heard. She's 34 years old. Because that's the first thing apparently people search for when they search Amber Heard.
She has
yes, all right, yeah. She's more of a model, isn't she?
Yeah. But she has that mousiness to her that Meryl in the first game had going for her.
Sure. See, yeah, and that might be my undoing with my casting. But I wanted to go with somebody that has a bigger name because I feel like the part should be more important than it is. And I went with Elizabeth Olsen. I feel like she's dramatic enough. She is also mousy, and her facial features as well.
Right.
I also think that what she's coming off of would be a really nice name to add to this, especially if you're making more of these. You're gonna want a cast that can kind of carry that over the course of 2 or 3 films, or in our case, probably 5. So I think I don't know. Like my casting is I'm using money here. I'm using cash. Right. I'm getting some big names on there because I want to throw some names on the marquee. She's also plenty talented enough. You could do her up to look a certain.
Listen, way. I got some more big names further down the list.
Sure.
So
I have one more really big name. Everything else I think is a pretty good bet here. Okay. But why don't we go to Mei Lang? Let's see, who's your Mei Lang?
Oh, I had one pick for Mei Lang. Karen Fukuhara. And that's, what's her face? I forget her name in the show, but the Asian girl from The Boys.
I haven't seen The Boys.
It's a great show, by the way. You should watch that as soon as possible. Yeah, I think no nonsense Asian cast, Asian lead in the movie. Great face for that.
And is she of Chinese of Chinese heritage? I'm just curious because when I was looking at a
think,
lot of like Asian actresses, I wanted to obviously cast an Asian actress.
Oh,
so I was looking
you want to go Chinese?
Not necessarily. I was just curious.
Right. I think Karen is Japanese based on that last name.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I remember the name you said. Yeah. Well, I also didn't go Chinese. I went South Korean.
Okay.
I went with Claudia Kim.
So this film will flop in Japan. I mean, in China.
China's going to hate us. China's going to hate us big time.
Well, I think off the bat there's a Black Campbell, so that's off the bat.
Yeah, that's a problem.
China
and the South are not happy with this movie.
Right.
Yeah. So, she's done some bigger stuff, but she's always kind of in the background. She's never really like got a prominent sort of part. But she's got a lot of experience in some of the bigger movies. She was in Age of Ultron. She was in The Dark Tower. She was in Fantastic Beasts. She was in Monster as well. She's got the television program. She's got some chops to her, and I think she also looks the part on my end. So listeners, that's who you have to choose from.
That's a good pick. Okay.
Now, I'm doing another double casting with an actor here. So,
oh boy. Oh, okay.
I have the same actor playing Gray Fox.
Oh.
And Psycho Mantis.
Oh, why?
Because they're both masked in like tight bodysuits, and there's only one actor I think that could do both parts differently, and really flow and do like. Do the almost like pantomime and miming.
So let me get this straight. You're double casting Solid and Liquid. You're double casting Psycho Mantis and Gray Fox.
That's correct.
Is your budget going towards building an actual Metal Gear?
That is part of it. I'm only doing practical effects.
Gotcha.
Only practical effects. I mean, I'm going the Christopher Nolan route.
All right. Let me see. Who's
so
give me the name.
My Gray Fox / Psycho Mantis is Doug Jones. And if you don't know who Doug Jones is, he is a character actor who played Abe Sapien and the creature in that fucking water romance thing where she made out with a water creature. He has done tons of like body performance. Like his face is you don't recognize his face because he's almost always under so much makeup and stuff. He's very tall. I think he's like 6'6". He's very lanky. He's got that like, very lanky body. And he's also an incredible performer as well. But because he looks so strange, I think he would be awesome in this role. He's, and of course you don't see the faces of these characters that I would be putting him in. So I think he would fit perfectly. I mean, he's in what we do in the Shadows, this TV series. He's Baron Afinus. He was in Star Trek Discovery. He was in trying to find stuff. He was in stuff that you would have heard of. He was in the Strain TV series. He was in that as well. Okay. He was in The Flash as Deathbolt.
Okay.
He's one of those type of actors that like you go, he sounds. I know that sound, or like you could see the way he's almost like a puppet. He's almost like a real life puppet. The way he plays parts. He's very, very fascinating.
I see him as a good Psycho Mantis, but I'm trying to get the Gray Fox in him.
He's just that lanky body type, that like nimble and like, because the thing about Gray Fox is that he's very poetic in his movement. He's a ninja, but he's also part machine. He's inorganic and organic, like kind of mixing together in like a weird harmony, so I just think that somebody who's used to being not all human in his roles, which I feel like he's never actually played a human in like his entire career.
That's actually highlights my pick for Gray Fox.
Okay.
His exact words.
Who do you got?
So for Gray Fox, I picked Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany's a good one too. Yeah.
because I think he has the exact face of a gray fox. In his unmasking scene at the end of the first game, I think I can see him playing that role and really selling that pain, and being that cyborg, half human, half robot, who plays it better than Paul Bettany.
Sure.
So that was my pick, and for Psycho Mantis, I went vintage, classic, amazing actor.
Okay,
Willem Dafoe.
See, Willem Dafoe's good, man. Willem Dafoe's good, but he's getting up there, dude. He's not a spring chicken, as it were.
Again, he's a guy floating around. It's all about the voice, the delivery, and he can sell that psychosis, that madness.
Sure.
And sell it really well too.
Sniper Wolf. Here's where I spent some cash.
Ooh, I got some cash here too.
I got
only one pick. Only one pick.
Only one pick as well, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it for a long time. I was like, this seems very right to me.
Here's the thing. I wanted somebody who comes across as a leading woman. I want Sniper Wolf to be scene stealing. I want her to be the envy of those in the audience. I want her to be sexy. I want her to be smart. And I want her to have action chops. And I could have gone Mila Jovovich. I could have, but I need more. I need
something more evolved than that.
So I went with Kate Beckinsale.
Oh,
I've been in love with since Underworld, essentially.
I'm sure you have been,
and I feel like her demeanor and her underscored sexiness that she does in most of her leading, action roles would really play well in this universe.
My pick was Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron is good, man, but man, I feel like she's
Aeon Flux,
theater.
Atomic Blonde. Atomic Blonde, man, she was awesome in the movie. It's an action film.
I have to see that one. Yeah, I still have to see that one.
As a leading lady of an action movie, she crushed it.
Let's face it, though. If Hollywood's making this movie, Scarlett Johansson's in that role.
Right.
Yeah. And she probably also play Mei Lang.
Right. All right. So we got a few more left here. Otacon.
Right. Otacon, I have Finn Wittrock.
Ooh, I don't know him.
You probably do. I'm gonna get his IMDb up for you because when I was looking up, I was like, what's this guy's name? He's very understated. Yes, I will admit that. But he's pretty good. I think the role you would know him from is American Horror Story.
Okay.
He was Dandy Mott, Tristan Duffy, Rudolph Valentino.
Yes.
He's been in he's played a bunch of roles in there.
Very baby faced.
Yes, he's very pretty. He's very baby faced. He's very juvenile, but he's very handsome. And I think he would bring a kind of like that undiscovered or like newer talent to this thing. He could do the nerdy thing. And he's young too. He's just a couple years older than I am. And I think he would be a good addition to the cast. Who'd you go with?
My pick was Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens. Okay. Is that with a V or a PH?
Yeah, with a V.
V.
Okay, he was the leading role in Legion.
Okay. Yes, I know
Legion before.
Yeah.
He just has that gaunt looking face, and he's not too built. He's kind of lanky all over. Like I sense nerdy scientist from him.
Interesting.
When I see his face, and he wouldn't cost that much either.
No, neither would mine.
Yes.
That's where you're saving some money,
Yeah.
Yeah. I have. How many do we have left? We have 3. We have Naomi
and Raven
and Decoy Octopus.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go with one of the villains here. We're gonna go with Vulcan Raven. Okay, he's the last one I've cast in my movie.
This was an easy cast for me.
It was an easy cast for me too. But
I'm wondering if it's the same one.
I
picked Dave Bautista.
I was close. I was close to Dave Bautista, but I went Stephen Lang.
All right, okay.
Because when Stephen Lang was up for Cable, before Josh Brolin came in and fucking ruined it. He didn't ruin the part. He just ruined it for Stephen Lang.
Sure.
Stephen Lang was juiced out of his mind for that audition. He's gritty. He's gray. He knows how to play that kind of psychotic bastard villain. So that's where I went with that. Dave Bautista, I would have done, but I feel like he would have been a little bit too, like, one note. You know, like.
Well, he
has depth now.
Like 2 major scenes in that movie.
Yeah, no, I know.
And he speaks in metaphors half the time anyway.
This is true.
And when you take him as he looks like in Guardians, fully shaved with tattoos, that's basically Vulcan Raven. Fully shaved, jacked up dark guy with tattoos in his body.
Sure.
It's basically him.
Yeah, I went more like war, like veteran, like just really just disheveled, but like jacked out of his mind, carrying around a giant fucking gun. Like, I mean, that's kind of where I went.
He could be a good fucking big boss or a Saldas. Now that I look at his face,
Stephen Lang
could be a big boss. Yeah,
Stephen Lang is dope. Stephen Lang is a fucking talented dude.
Dude, put a fucking eye patch on his face. He's big boss.
I don't disagree.
Tell me now.
I don't disagree.
All right.
Naomi.
Okay, so I have 2 picks for this. I went one big on the cheap.
Okay.
My big budget is Emily Blunt.
I like Emily Blunt. I do, but I went with Olivia Wilde.
Oh,
they're very similar.
Yeah,
they're very similar in their kind of girlish next door type thing. Interesting. I feel like Olivia Wilde might fall in between.
Right,
Emily Blunt and your next pick for that.
Haley Atwell, who plays what's her face, Peggy Carter in the.
Oh, okay, Marvel. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. She would probably could be a little. Yeah, no, she's good too.
Because I get like that nice structured, serious, like just focus on the mission, but she's playful, flirty.
Sure,
with Snake.
Yeah,
and hides her secrets well.
Right.
Yeah.
This is good. Our listeners are going to have a choice here. Let us know in the comments below, because we're on the final cast member, and then we got to wrap it up.
So this one I am kind of proud of, and
I am too.
I don't see you fighting me on this pick.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going Decoy Octopus. Go ahead.
Now, also it's Decoy Octopus / Donald Anderson, the DARPA chief. That's who he's really playing in this movie,
right?
Because we don't really see Decoy Octopus in Metal Gear Solid. Well, his actual true form,
right?
Tommy Earl Jenkins.
Tommy Earl Jenkins is good, man. It's good.
Yeah.
I went weird with mine.
Ooh, okay.
I went based on what Decoy Octopus is supposedly looking like with the weird mask, or like the weird like putty like face.
Right, like
and the trench coat thing. I went Rainn Wilson.
Oh wow! If you shave him, yeah.
Right.
For the mugshot, maybe do a one shot of him.
I feel like he's weird enough. Like I want, when I picture Decoy Octopus, I don't picture somebody who's got their shit together. I'm picturing somebody who haphazardly has. Like he's completely nuts, right? But he haphazardly kind of gets these things together and is just so good at it that it doesn't really matter. Like I kind of think of him like Scarecrow almost.
Right, oh shit. Maybe even Cillian Murphy would be a good pick.
I had him originally on there as well, but I felt like he was too menacing. Like Decoy is a little bit. Right. He's more a foil. He's not the foil, he's a foil. He's like a bump in the road type guy, but he fucks things up on the way, but he's not the focus.
I mean, I like how you're going with it, because you're casting the actual true Decoy Octopus when he's not
right.
Taking in his target's blood to look like them, to have facial.
Right. I'm going with the person. Yeah.
Right. Interesting take.
Right.
That's a really good cast, dude. I think
we did it, man. I think at least we got to make some calls and get these people in for an audition. And I think Shia LaBeouf is going to blow you away. Okay.
I do not see that happening.
Shia Labeouf, if you're watching, and I hope you are, and I'm going to tag you on social media, I hope you're here for it, Mr. Labeouf, or Labeouf.
Labeouf.
And that is our cast for the Metal Gear Solid movie. Let us know who you want in this cast. I also want you guys to tell us which one of our cast members makes the cut. Throw a list in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. I am Stephen Fontana of DualScreens.com. That's Andy Asimakis of DualScreens.com. And this has been Casting Call with Steve and Andy. And as always, please be excellent